guys, Sumo CJ from GritShift. So today we're going to be going over how I changed the gearbox oil in my Talaria. First, let's go over the tools that we use, and then let's get into tearing down the bike. We're going to use a 17mm wrench or a socket. I prefer the 17mm socket just because it has 6 points. The bolt that we're going to be taking off today also has 6 points. Not really suggested to use an open-ended wrench, even though you can, only because of the 12 points here. You have the potential of stripping out the bolt. We're also going to be using a 5mm Allen, a 4mm Allen, as well as a funnel and something to collect the oil with. Today we're going to be using the Bel-Ray oil, which you can find on our site, as well as a measuring tool to measure out the 9ml that we need. All right, we're going to start off by removing the 4 bolts all the way around for the skid plate. And next, we're going to remove this side cover here. And then while we're in here, as you see all this dirt and sand, we're just going to go ahead and clean some of this up. Next, to make it easier, we are going to remove this mount here just so we can get to the bolt no problem. Yeah, so on the bolt here, you're going to want to inspect this magnet just to make sure that there's no debris in here or any shavings of metal. Anytime you would see shavings of metal in here or inside of the draining oil, that's when, you would want to then take apart your gearbox, remove it, figure out why there's metal shavings in there, whether it's from their bearings going bad or the gears getting torn up, whichever way the case might be. So as you saw here, I took this cap off. This is where you are going to end up filling all the gearbox oil. While I'm waiting for this to drip, I figured I'd take this off, clean it, just remove it to get it prepped and ready. And then once this is slowing down on dripping, we'll then go ahead and put the bolt back in and then start filling up with some new gear oil. All right, as you see here, I'm gonna go ahead and inspect the oil. Doesn't look like there's any shavings in there, anything too concerning, besides a little bit of debris that was already in the container, little black specks. Other than that, looks pretty good. Now we're gonna go ahead and measure our oil and go ahead and start filling it up inside of here with our funnel. All right, see here that we have our 90ml. We'll go ahead and get this poured in here. Gonna wanna go nice and slow. There is a chance, depending on the size funnel you use, that some might spill out. If that does, that is okay. Just go ahead and make sure you stop and wipe it up. Now you can go ahead and use this to check the level of your oil. There's 2 lines on here, one lower line, one upper. That's going to be your low and max. And as you see there, we're right at the max line on mine. Mine took a little under 90, so if it doesn't take the full 90, that is okay, just as long as it gets filled up to the max line. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and reinstall everything back the same way that we took it off, starting with this lower bracket. Go get the side cover on, get your skid plate back on, and then other than that, you're good to go.